Hopefully this will take this time. My name is Catherine Elizabeth Clay, and I'm here not to brighten your day. Because I have a brain tumor you get to age with, I'm trying to educate these doctors that are not men of science. I don't understand how they can think with their brain and move their lips at the same time. But that's because they don't have to carry a rotting septic brain tumor in their heads all of their lives. All of their lives, when you have 2-year-old that you know you should not have a child with an arachnoid cyst. It's cruel and unusual punishment that you should not be doing to a child. Period. It's child abuse. Just like circumcision, but that's a different story. When you have a child with a brain tumor that you can see, that is large enough to see in an ultrasound, please do not have that child. I have had people write to me saying, nobody told you how hard it was on your heart. I'm trying to tell you now. Seeing somebody you love have brain surgery is hard. It is one of the hardest things, especially knowing it's your fault that it happened. Get that through your head. Your fault. You're narcissistic. You have to have a child because you have to prove something to the world that you have to have something to leave behind. Well, maybe that something doesn't want to be born. Maybe that something doesn't want to know the scourge of having an arachnoid cyst, of having dumb doctors telling their parents to wait and see how a brain tumor is going to evolve. Let's see, what's the worst thing that can happen? I don't know, cause cancer? How about cause another brain tumor? How about having two? How about does that sound? That sound good for you? Because I know it certainly doesn't sound good enough for me, because I had to have 3. Because I've got one of my spinal cord too, and that is called syringomyelia. When I told my doctor I had it, a lot of them thought I was crazy until I saw Dr. William Caton, and he was like, oh, you've got it, alrighty, girly girl. Here you go, here's your MRI. By the way, you have white matter disease. What's that? Multiple sclerosis. So you doctors are so dumb. You sit there and you think, oh, having too much CSF on your brain isn't going to cause any damage. Not going to do anything to your ventricles in the back part, your 3rd and 4th ventricles of your brain. It's not going to enlarge them because one side has too much pressure going into it than the other side. No, nothing like that's going to happen. Because we're too dumb to do any research to see how those ventricles start to expand in children that are over 2 years old. You can have surgery. You should not have subdural hematomas happen to be one of the surgical risks, and you should not have one done before you're 2 years old, but you should not have a shunt done if you are, I don't know, in your 50s and already have another brain tumor that has split the back of your head open and caused multiple sclerosis and a bunch of other nasty diseases like syringomyelia and Chiari malformations. You think that's a good idea? You think it's a good idea to put somebody into an MS relapse because you don't know what you're doing? It's not fun. It's not easy. And it's hard to be ill with people that do not respect the process of being ill, that don't want to take the time it takes to know what you need to know in order to be ill. And not just a little ill, chronically ill. I have friends that have children that have arachnoid cysts. They aren't the only ones that have them. Their kids get them too. Surprise, surprise. I asked them not to see the doctor at Yale because I started to understand that he just wants that data for himself. He doesn't care anything about you. These doctors don't care anything about you as a human being. All you are is a big dollar sign to them, and all you are is a big nightmare zoo roller coaster, zoo train wreck nightmare on a Hot Wheels roller coaster in a dumpster because they're too stupid to know how to do surgery on you. That's the large and small of it. If you have a doctor that is telling you they don't know what they're doing, they will treat you without dignity or respect. They will be so rude to you, you will want to leave the office crying. Those are the doctors that are doing you a favor. Those are the doctors that don't know what they're doing. I know I've had several of them as my doctors, and they're always a big letdown. Trust me, I know. The last time I tried to see him, he said that my shunt was at the lowest setting possible, and then I saw another neurosurgeon, and it was not at the lowest setting. It had to be put there. Thank God for her. Dr. Mulholland in Pasadena, in case you're wondering, I would go see a woman before I ever see another man again. Especially when it comes to the brain. Because she knows what she's doing. She's not an egotistical maniac. Well, maybe she has to be, because she has to keep up with the boys. I mean the other women. Because they're too stupid to know they're women. They're all a bunch of dumb women. Darn it. Nipples. That's what you're gonna be doing, breastfeeding in the future. That's gonna suck. Oh no, not all them little kitties. Oh no.
It's not drugs. It's migrants.
It's not the kitties.
Right now we're getting hammered with alien words. Illegal aliens.
Anyways, get yourself taken care of. Get the right doctor for your brain. Get your MMPIs done so that you know what's going on with you psychologically. Go see a neuropsychologist. Definitely watch as much as you can about narcissism and other personality disorders because it will only benefit you dealing with people in the future because you do not understand them because they're all crazy and we have to carry these rotting septic tubes in our head and we're supposed to be brain damaged. I don't get it at all. At all, we are the ones that have to use our brains just a little bit harder because it's a little bit harder. It's a little bit harder. It's a little bit harder. Just keep yourself going. You're going to have a good time. Try and make it through the day and do the best you can. Do as much research as you can. Stay away from Dr. Craig Kooks like Dr. Shanahan, who said he could have them arachnoid cysts taken out. That's the biggest crock of shit. There's a couple of people, I believe, that have had their cysts removed. There are some cysts that are calcified. That's how disgusting they are. That's how hard they will never come out of that woman's brain because it's calcified. I've heard of women's babies being calcified in their wombs. I can't imagine having my arachnoid cyst calcified. That would be painful because there would be other things around, other structures around it that wouldn't work quite so well because, well, those structures get weakened by, I don't know, too much pressure. But that makes too much sense to somebody with half a brain. Too bad you need all your brain to use it. Too bad, too bad. Too bad you don't have all your brain all the time. Too bad. Because you certainly could use it, you goddamn neurosurgeons. Some of you are so fucking stupid, I can't stand it. How can your brain legs power your brain in the morning? I will never know. All I have to say is brain surgery, not exactly rocket science. Not exactly rocket science. That's all I gotta say. From Captain Elizabeth Clay, over and out.